PrEP. What is PrEP? Such a complex issue.
PrEP is an interesting program. I don't know a lot about it.
I think it's always good when we get new tools to use in our fight against HIV.
So the topic of PrEP is a pretty fascinating, exciting, and emotionally charged topic.
So PrEP would mean that I'm HIV negative, but I could take HIV medication that might help me stay HIV negative.
For me personally, I've been HIV positive for 6 years now, and it's kind of interesting that now there's, might be a pill that might prevent the transmission of HIV. And if I could have gone back 6 years ago, and if I would have known what I know today about the pill, I might have, made the choice to take the pill.
I can remember back in the 80s, it was basically abstain or die. Being at risk of AIDS, and not saying that PrEP possibly is a cure-all, but the fact that it's available and to anybody that could be exposed to the HIV virus, to me, is a breakthrough. And if it had been around 20 years ago, I think things would have even been better.
It is really truly an additional tool on top of all these 30 years of prevention and education for HIV, or is it really, some kind of power being pulled here about pushing a specific medical agenda?
My biggest concern is that there are plenty of HIV positive individuals in this country who need the meds and don't have the money.
It might be viewed differently for gay men in the general community, that it might be viewed in other populations of color. Particular, I think in the Latino community it might mean further questions, further concerns.
As a gay white man, I've never had a problem having access to healthcare. My main concern is for marginalized portions of our community having access to the actual medication as HIV positive individuals.
Aside from the socio-political issues that the data from IPEC's result have unearthed, it has been a meaningful conversation to have with all communities of how this can impact their community. So I think it goes without saying that for the community of gay bisexual men, how we're going to harness this information that will benefit the health of this community, and also maybe teach other communities of how they can utilize this.
I think what's more important about the pill itself is that we as individuals and as a community address what it means to protect our health and wellness.
Yo creo que la cuestión de PrEP es una cuestión muy controversial, tiene mucho de qué hablar, mucho de qué decir. La opinión es muy variada en muchas comunidades. Tal vez lo que el PrEP signifique para la comunidad latina no es lo mismo que signifique para la comunidad blanca o para otras comunidades de color. ¿Quién va a pagar? ¿Quién tiene acceso? ¿Cómo se le va a hacer? ¿Es bueno o no? Todo ese tipo de preguntas son muy importantes y a veces es muy difícil poder tener una oportunidad de hacer preguntas a las personas que estuvieron involucradas en el estudio. Por eso es muy importante que tengamos.
I think that folks should definitely investigate all the facts and find out what the pros and cons are for themselves, and not let themselves be too swayed by anyone besides themselves. There's plenty of stuff online, there's plenty of opinions, but I think it's really important that people think about the specifics, such as, is this tool needed for them individually compared to other tools they have available? What are the ramifications of taking, this pill for themselves from a physical standpoint, so on and so forth. But I think it's a very personal choice that, people should think about intensely on their own.
The forum that we're here for today is a really great opportunity to get further clarification.
Recent research has shown that a new approach called pre-exposure prophylaxis, or PrEP, can reduce the risk of contracting HIV in gay and bisexual men at high risk of infection.
PrEP is pre-exposure prophylaxis.
It's like magic. Finally,
Pero
freedom from
algunas
worry.
personas no que
But
tienen
some
VIH no
HIV
pueden
positive
obtener
people
esta
can't even get
medicina.
vaccinated.
Can't argue with science.
Why would I take a pill for a disease I don't have?
Won't guys just take more risks?
It's the top medical breakthrough of
Who will
2010.
pay for it?
PrEP is, how do we know it's safe?
The magic pill. Magic pill.
How far would you go to stay HIV negative?